my god! Sorry. We have this dream catcher. How high do you think that's hanging up? It's above me, so it's probably at like
I was gonna say it was probably like my eye level or something.
And because I have this fan on, so it's like blowing the feathers, and he's been staring at it, and he jumped up and touched it. That's how high he jumped.
Oh wow!
It's that predator pooch that he has. I thought there was something wrong with him when I first got him, because he had like a little like sack of skin that drooped, but it's just that
else.
Huh? No, it wasn't.
I'm just teasing.
I'm just saying it's the fact that his particular type is just like tigers and stuff have that, like it lets them like elongate themselves and run faster, jump higher. That's what I learned when I was like, does my cat have cancer? What's happening? Is he overweight? What's going on? Nope.
Is he pregnant?
He's just built to kill.
Yeah, they do that. That's what we're talking about with this ecosystem thing, Dom, with all these cats. Like, that's what we were worried about.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of ways it could have went down. This is definitely one way I expected that it could go down.
Mm-hmm.
It's not my fault the party's magic is very limited.
Yeah, don't say that again. Oh, he's eyeing it again.
You know how it last went?
I don't remember how he exactly stopped, though.
Mm-hmm. On a softer note, I know that much. Oh no, my headset. One of the cats kind of chewed on it, so it's working perfectly fine, but there's a piece that is quite tender, like the wiring's exposed. I need I think my electrical tape is up here, believe it or not. Anyways, you were exploring the space looking for clues, and you figured out, it was Silas all the way down, not just cats.
Yes.
And you were leaving the place. You had identified some magic items that you were given by this guy. Yep. And you were basically leaving the cathedral, to my understanding. Spending the night in a tavern was also decided.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you had set that up without listening to the last, what is it? 2 or 3 minutes of the last episode. That's the best I can remember.
Yeah, sounds about right. As far as what I remember as well.
So that's where you'd find yourself. I'm sure the people listening at home are going to be like, fucking hell, that's totally wrong. You just retconned a whole fucking thing, but say let me.
You sure about that?
It's just...
This seems like a strange thing to be sure about.
Anyways.
Yeah. So are we saying it's the evening or morning waking up now at this point?
I would leave that up to you, folk. If there's something that you were like, damn it, I really wanted to get this done before the day's beginning, go ahead and you can try and do that now. Otherwise, if everyone's just like, yeah, let's move on, yeah, it can be morning.
Yeah, I don't have much evening activities to accomplish on this evening.
Me neither.
Yeah, I think I just need a rest after that fight.
Yeah. All right.
Sleeping in a bed for the first time in a long time, it seems.
Upon waking up the next morning, Tower is going to want to try to find somebody who can train it in medicine. Actually, no, not in athletics.
What? You want to look for someone who can train you in athletics?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to be in town for a while, right? Seeing as we're doing the...
Oh, shoot. I forgot to go back and listen to find out how long.
Oh, the cart thing? That's what
my armor.
That's how... That's
right.
Mm-hmm. That's what we were supposed to do in our
horse armor. Yeah, and how long that's going to take. Yeah, just somebody to train me during the time we're going to be here. That's all.
I don't think I've ever started this proper, but I'm thinking I would want to work on animal handling since I'm behind the wagon pretty frequently.
Ooh.
Okay, yeah, that's something that you could do. You have access to animals. I suppose you have your choice. There's an owlbear available. There's horses. There's also a shitload of cats everywhere.
I think I'm done herding cats for a hobby.
Train the cats.
And again, upon this morning, a town, it's a town. It's a little, again, this is a coastal mining town, mostly for iron, but sometimes they pull up other goodies out of that mine. That is where you are. I lost my train of thought of why I was bringing that up. This town is still pretty damn full with cats when you wake up the next day. Hard to tell if they've all stayed or if some have fucked off to greener pastures.
It's like Disneyland, how all the cats hide while everyone's there, and then at night, apparently there are tons of cats that roam.
Except these ones are not really hiding.
Oh, they're not?
Not real. I mean, yes and no, as cats would, I guess is what I would say there. But they're not gone from sight. You look around and you see them laying about, cleaning themselves, and chasing small animals down. You know, people still like sweeping them out of shops and trying to keep things away.
There's probably some asleep in like the window displays, right?
Mm-hmm. I was actually wondering where that armor discussion would have been. Like 46, the rest of it?
Before the cat.
Does that sound like the right title for what I'm looking for?
Yeah.
Because everything else feels pretty cat flavored.
It could have been at the beginning of the cat one.
Yeah, I don't remember my titles. Let me go back into my channel and see what I got going on here.
I don't remember if we did that before we learned about the cats, or, like at the beginning of a session, or at the end of a session.
You had set that up before the cat situation, because...
I know, but I'm saying I don't know if that happened at the end of the session before we learned about cats, or at the beginning of the session where we learned about the cats. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
They're still both before it. But...
It happened before... It happened in the same episode that you went to Lucky Pierre's. That's what I'm saying.
Lucky Pierre's.
So that would be an episode.
40, but a flavor for everyone.
Right. But 46 was, 46 and 46.5 are the same session. That was a live session. So that's all at the table.
Oh. Well, I think it definitely was online.
Yeah, me too.
So then it's the one before that.
Interesting.
No.
Right? Wait, no.
But we didn't miss the cats in person. But this one's called 4,378,000, right?
Yeah, that's when we first...
378,000.
Yeah, the number one was with all the cats.
378,000 cats.
Why does it feel like there's one missing almost, like a between time, unless...
that's definitely not a thing.
I know. This has really derailed everything, but I'm so confused because, we did not...
I'll look through it while you deal with other people.
Yeah. Okay, anyways. Athletics. Asking around town, you get the sense your options are training at Lucky Pierre's or taking up work in the mine for the time being.
I think I want to train at Lucky Pierre's.
Okay. And then, I don't really feel like we need to have roles or anything involved. This is just time spent working on it.
Cool.
And same for the animal handling thing.
Oh, Sheriff, are you going to be watching Aranoa? I will be at Lucky Pierre's for the next couple days.
Watching Aranoa?
But why do I need watching?
Whoa, not Aranoa, Ursawa. Ursawa. Fantasy names, I'm sorry. My bad. I'm going to
I'd be happy to look after her.
Okay, well.
Okay,
I'll be hanging around the cart, working with my horse Blossom as well. I figure I don't have anything else to be working on, so.
So this is what I intend to use because it's straight out of Xanathar's and it's real easy to stick to rules that way. And I really should be doing this for the other campaign as well, which I think I kind of do, but maybe I need to adhere more to it just to be a little more fair. So, so you want to receive training. This says language or tool, but I think that still kind of applies to what we're talking about. Typically takes at least 10 work weeks, but you can reduce that number by number of work weeks equal to the character's intelligence modifier. But if you have a negative, it doesn't affect you in that way. It only helps you. Does that make sense? If you have a negative 1, it's just the 10. It's not
ignore penalties.
11. Right.
So are we calling 10 work weeks 200 hours? Because that's what we've been using as far as training something.
Right. I know. I'm tracking hours.
So we're calling a work week 20 hours?
If that's what keeps it copacetic, yeah.
It does. I think that's how the math ends up working out as far as what we
Okay.
had before and what would be what we were doing now.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Okay. Let's do that then.
Okay, that makes sense.
But feel free to fix that with your intelligence if you need to.
Right,
You know what
right.
I'm saying?
Yep.
So we landed on 200 hours?
That's what we've done in the campaigns up to this point. We can change over the system to like be very week based.
No, I think
yeah.
I think if we stick to what you just said, then both is correct. So,
Right. Okay.
So we're good.
Yep. I agree entirely. So yeah, it's 200 hours, or you can subtract 20 hours.
20 per intelligence modifier. Yeah.
Right. If you have a positive intelligence modifier.
Yeah.
200 hours it is.
Right.
Okay. That's important information going forward, especially in other worlds, I would say, because some people have more modifiers there than others, right? So.
And yeah, that changes some things, because like a very smart character could then not take a lot of time to learn a lot of skill.
Yeah, I wanted to clarify that just now. You said it's 20 hours per intelligence or point in intelligence modifier?
Yeah, because what this book is saying is that it's using work weeks, right? And it's saying that you can subtract a work week. You can subtract the number of work weeks from your requirement based on your intelligence modifier. So if you have a +3, you can get rid of 3 weeks of work out of your 10. So you'd only have to have 7. But we're doing hours. Also, we're kind of tracking it in hours. So we're saying like 20 hours is 1 work week. So if you have +3, you can minus 60 hours out of your 200. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'm happy to know that. I will.
Should we also be
trackers?
Adding the addendum that you can only really put 4 hours into a project a day?
I think that's mostly that is how the system is supposed to function anyways, to my understanding, mostly.
Like you're working about 5 days every week, so about 4 hours a day, about 20 hours a week.
It makes sense to me.
Okay, cool. We're all on the same page then.
Sorry, I found it, and my reaction to how long it was gonna take is hilarious.
What was the number?
Well, we're still discussing the details because it was 4 months for one person to work on it.
Right.
From scratch.
Yeah, we're talking through it right now.
Right. I think we may have landed on something like there may already be some armor that just needs to be worked on to get back into proper shape.
Yeah, or to be custom fit for your actual horse. Yeah.
Yep.
Because that's talking about if you want to make a sword yourself, and that's the smithing and the forging and all that, it's 50 gold of work a day that you can complete. And so then you like figure out the cost of the item, divide it by 50 gold, and that's supposed to give you how many days.
Yeah, that's what we just did.
Excuse me.
But
it's 50 gold per work week, I think.
And that's also what we're using to, like, if you want to magically modify an item, you take the magic cost of the normal plus item and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's right at the break of this. I don't know if it's going to be in this episode or in that 0.5 one.
Okay.
We're still talking about it.
I mean, unfortunately, it is important so you guys understand the number of days you're meant to stay here, technically.
There's no
figure
rush.
out how many work days you can get out of it. If that's all you want to be doing, you can certainly do other stuff here in town. You can try and figure out other stuff if you want to. I don't know. I don't really want to put ideas into your heads, but
if you're talking to me, I'm listening to the episode. So
I was talking to the group in general. Like,
well, I pretty much have a plan for probably whatever time we're going to be spending here, so I'm good with that for now.
Cool.
Not sure. Yeah, if I think of anything else, I'll let you know.
And how do you think Flint is working on your? I understand how Tower is working on his athletics. How is Flint working on his animal handling with the horses? I think you said, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, I definitely need to do it for that purpose. That can certainly be a part of it. But I'm also currently looking after a Sala, and I might just acquire a book on the subject as well.
On the caring for the owlbear?
Animal care in general.
Animal care in general. Okay, I understand. You are able to find a pamphlet at that general store. I don't know why pamphlet just makes me feel like it fits the setting. It'll cost you about 4 copper if you want it.
4 copper for a pamphlet. I'm in.
I really wanted to know how many days myself, because then I could figure out if I needed to throw something at you about it. Excuse me. Man, this cough just doesn't want to go away. It wants to just hold on.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I woke up this morning sounding like Harvey Firestein.
Ugh.
Matchmaker, find me a match.
Not something you want unless you're going for it.
Yeah. Like, just,
I need you to make me a man. Or I need you to make me a woman.
Yeah.
Oh, mother would be so proud right now.
Exactly. Whenever I think of him, that's all I think of, even though he has a very lustrous career. Lustrous? Sure, let's go with it. That's what it is. Don't worry about it.
Well, I guess I still do. It's not like we're not friends. I just haven't talked to him for, a decade or whatever. A friend named Steven who does an old lady impression that is very Harvey Firestein.
Mm-hmm.
That he talks about, give me a Snickers and a Midol. Oh, God. Things like that. It's very funny. Anyway, Wendy remembers.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose I should just roll these for you guys anyway. So for
I ain't a ma'am. I'm a concierge. My husband used to be the concierge, but he's dead. Now I'm the concierge.
I'm laughing. I'm just muted.
And we're doing things a little differently, where usually I'm supposed to make you find an instructor that will actually, I guess in the case of Tower you are, and that makes sense. So just, there is a gold cost with each day.
Oh, sure. I can definitely pay that. I don't mind.
Do you remember how much I charged you before?
No.
What?
No, I don't. Trying to rack my brains.
I don't want to overcharge you.
I think it's fine if you do. I don't think it's. I'm not that attached to.
The cost listed here is yeah, I know. The cost listed on this book is 25 gold a work week.
Sure, that's 5 gold a day. Essentially, is what we're calling it. We're calling the work week 5 days of work and 4 hours.
Mm-hmm. So
yeah, I've just subtracted 100 gold from my inventory now.
For what?
For the animal handling.
I get it, but are you going to pay someone to help you with it besides the pamphlet? Like, I get that there's a gold cost, but in world, how does it make sense? That's what I'm saying. Like renting the space for you, like the fenced area to like get cozy with the horses. That's what I'm trying to rack my brain around.
Specific training tools that were crafted that somehow Flint came up with in his animal handling pamphlet thing or brain or whatever. Mm-hmm. But like specific things to jump over or to like kneel at or play with or throw in a specific way. Just something that the animals need to actually work with that needs to be designed in a very specific way.
Okay. Sure. We'll call it all the above.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yep.
I mean, there's supposed to be a cost. I want that to feel fair, but yeah, sometimes it's weird. Got to make it work.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Did you ever get that answer about how long it was going to take?
No, because I guess we talked about that in theory before we actually entered and went shopping, and we went to all these other places first.
Oh, Lord.
Wow.
My brain says somewhere between 4 days and a week for some reason.
4 days and a week.
Oh,
yep.
Okay. I think I found it. Yeah, here it is.
It's so weird that you're listening to this, and then the episode that's going to be in this episode is you listening to the other episode.
Well, shit.
Yeah.
No, it's a lot of
deception.
Yes. Like, it's not a show. Like, that's the point, right? Like,
exactly.
I don't care. It's a lot of fun for me.
It's not a show. It's reference material.
Right. And it's becoming useful right now. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But it's also creating its own problems, because if this wasn't happening, I wouldn't feel the need to necessarily state. If no one remembers things, then I'm like, I'll just make it up again, and they'll never know that I changed it.
Well, you don't need to be hold into your old self.
3.5 days or so were his exact words.
Okay, well, here's the thing. Over the course of one work week, which is 5 days, there were some complications.
Oh, wait,
It would
wait,
take one
wait.
full work week.
Okay.
Then I asked how long to commission it. Of course, this is a slow-talking character.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of elongated drawls out there.
A week was the
Yeah,
commission.
a work week. A work week.
Cool. Done and done as far as gold goes, all that good stuff.
Oh, I think I'm going with the first one.
It's fun that you're anticipating your own actions.
Oh, and then Wendy started asking about carts.
Oh, shit. Sorry.
No, it's just hilarious.
for my
Like,
past
Now you're
self.
apologizing.
It's like
apologizing for playing the
45
game.
minutes past where we talked about how long it would, in theory, it would take. It's
Oh,
just
wow.
hilarious.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, so maybe that is actually going to take longer. Did we settle on doing something with the cart? I guess I'll find out.
Yeah, What were we even asking him about doing?
Reinforcing it, I'm pretty sure. Like
Didn't
the
we
Yeah.
wheels
already
and
get that
such.
done at the last town we
I
were
thought,
at?
no, that was with wood.
Oh,
You-
that's right, because we're in the place that has iron. And so, okay,
Yep.
that makes sense.
So I think you were trying to get them banded,
Yes, that's right.
which I can't figure out why I would make that take more time than the horse armor. That doesn't make too much sense to me.
You're about to answer it.
I guess this is
Oh.
just a
Oh.
housekeeping episode.
You were saying you can't do both at the same time, so
There's only one guy. That makes sense.
it sounded like you said that after you finish it, we'll talk about it, I guess. After you finish mine? Oh, we did shake hands, though.
Oh,
Interesting.
it's official.
Well, for your horse armor, right? The work week for the horse armor.
Sorry, what was that?
You made the deal to make your horse armor, right?
Well, I guess we didn't actually settle on it, but I was saying that I didn't need the special commission, so the 3.5 days was all I needed. And
Mhm.
then let me re-listen to this part. Oh, that was way too far.
The recap episode.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's like
everyone.
no, it's awesome. It's that episode of the anime that just goes over all the other episodes of the anime. It's a clip
Mhm.
show.
Mm-hmm.
It's not
It's
just
not-
anime.
It's not the worst thing to have after,
Long break.
after
Oh,
what took
I got it
technically
too.
transpired last episode. Makes
Mhm.
sense. We're like, all right, settle our accounts.
Right.
Like we just have
back in order.
we,
Does
we
anything-
just have a shipping ledger going off while playing in the background. Row fight the power.
I have to mute you all for a second.
Could Aranoa also be working on her animal handling? And the way she would do that is by going with Blossom and Steel Defender. Probably, unless there's like a stable that has like a pen that she could ride around on Blossom in, then she would go out like into the woods and I don't know.
That's up to you. This town would definitely have like the fenced out horse area for people's horses. You know,
Would there
like,
be someone there who
keep-
might give me some pointers too? I'd pay him.
Interesting that you assume it's a him, but yeah, there's
Oh.
proof for that.
I said M, like EM,
I'm just kidding.
AM.
I got
AM.
you. I'm just playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is.
Sheriff, do you want to tag along with me? Maybe not. Okay, I'll go by myself. That's okay. I'll take Steel Defender with me and Blossom.
Yeah.
And that's all I need.
Okay,
Okay.
I have answers when we're ready.
What happened with
We're ready.
Brian?
I'm sorry, I zoned. What's up? Sorry.
Oh my gosh. So sad.
As Aranoa walks away.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. That's
Look up in the
canon.
fucking pamphlet. What was going on?
That's canon. That just happened.
Let's picture
Oh,
Arno
no.
walking up to Flint, asking him that, and Flint is just staring dead off into the, ether.
Into the pamphlet, obviously.
Yeah, yeah. Brian,
Yeah.
to explain what happened, Aranoa just approached the sheriff and saying that she's gonna get horse training at the stables and ask if the sheriff wants to come, and the sheriff no-sold it entirely. And
No
Aranoa
response.
Yes,
took that as
yes,
an answer and walked away sadly.
yes, 1,000 times, yes. I apologize.
As he finally realizes what was said, looks up from his pamphlet, hops off the cart
Yeah,
that
you
I
just
assume
see
he was sitting
Aranoa
on,
slowly
chasing
walking away,
after
head
Aranoa.
hanging, pulling Blossom behind her.
Sorry, I have an intelligence of 11. I cannot not focus on this pamphlet.
Then when you approach this horse stable area, right, you see a elderly looking individual, quite tall, probably in the, looking for that, 7 to 8 feet tall range, elongated ears, kind of big bulbous nose, a lot of hair around them, wearing like a straw hat. They have one of those classic little reeds sticking out of their mouth, wearing a pair of overalls, and a kind of like tanned, seen a lot of action, like cotton shirt underneath, and they seem to be sitting under a stooped section of the stables, kind of just watching as a couple of the horses there kind of run the paces a little bit, and they seem to be a furbolg, is what you would know right away, seeing them. You recognize them. And for 25 gold each, which I know, like Flint said Flint was already putting down gold, but they will help instruct you guys with animal handling here. 25 gold a work week, of course, but I assume you're only going to stay here for one, maybe a little more.
Yep.
And that is how that will go.
Fantastic.
Their name is Ulysses, for whatever that's worth.
Right. And then that's 20 hours, right?
Yes. 4 hours a day, 20 hours a week. What's the answers there, Shra?
I had agreed to the 3.5 days, and we said we would bring the cart by when I brought the horse for measuring, and he could then tell us how long the cart would take. So we never actually got that answer.
Sweet. Well, I assume over the course of this work week, you do that. It's going to take an extra day's work just to get the wheels banded. That's what we want done, right? We want like a metal wrapping around the outside of the wheel and stuff just to keep them
extra strong.
Okay. Cool.
I'm not sure what makes sense in real life, but as long as it works here, I'm good.
I mean, it makes sense in real life to me.
I don't know.
And reinforced with metal, and that way,
yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What I'm saying is, I don't know where it makes sense for the metal to go necessarily in real life. That's all. But,
well, I'm actually using some real world knowledge that I have.
There you go.
Remember that wheel that's in the front, my parents' front yard, or was my parents' front yard, Carmen? It was like a metal piece, and then like it had wooden spokes within it.
Mm-hmm.
That was like the main wheel mechanism, but it had metal all the way around the outside, and it cased piece that like would go into the wagon. So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, there you go.
It was like contained that way. Yeah, and that's what's going to happen here, and that's going to take another day's work after the horse armor. Did you end up paying for the horse armor already, Carmen?
Yeah.
Okay, then that is underway in this work week as well.
Does any interpersonal drama happen this work week, though? Like, does the sheriff and Aranoa, do they deal with this mental lapse? I don't know what else might occur.
How many more times does the sheriff know soul?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to be fair, he's gone through some shit.
Yeah, that's true.
And to be fair, nothing like what you experienced at the beginning of this work week, but this place is still full of cats.
Oh, man. That's just gonna kind of be their town for a while.
The menu of the tavern has changed.
Concerning.
There's a new stew in town.
Available.
Mm-hmm.
But I do see it's 9:03, and I know it seems like we didn't do much, but I also feel like we did a lot.
Yeah.
Worked out a lot of kinks.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of this time, we'll have the armor and the cart and a little bit more training, and we'll be reset to whatever the next thing is, right? Like, is there anything else anybody needs to work out before moving on to wherever it is we do next?
Nope.
And
Me
what
either.
is it that you're going to do next?
That's a good discussion to have before we break, I think, right? To give you maybe something to prep or think about prepping. I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
So this job that you've taken from Mayfield is sort of complete. You didn't recover the stolen goods because the goods were stolen by Silas. We may or may not be too sure about where he is or where he's going. And you ditched the other stand user back in Arthavis, maybe with the authorities?
Right. Arthavis. Sorry, go ahead.
You still have a device in your possession that you have now you've two halves to it. I know we haven't really looked at that in a while either. Any other threads? That's all the threads I got for now.
Yeah. Arthavis does not yet have lightning rail there, right?
No, it does. That's where the lightning rail starts.
Gotcha.
Or from your perspective, that's where it starts. It would truly start in Elloria, whereas that's where King Eris resides.
But the two extreme ends.
Yeah, that would be. Arthavis is the furthest quote southwest that it reaches.
Go. Yeah,
and that is the furthest northeast that it reaches.
For some reason, my memory had it at it's going to be in Arthavis soon, but no. Okay, makes sense.
No, that's the end of the line, and they are looking to expand. And
there you go.
Because of recent activities, they are certainly expanding in your direction, i.e., Mayfield.
Right.
So who knows? But this town that you're currently in is off the track, if you will.
Mm-hmm. Well, I would certainly love to be able to follow up on the Silas thing, but I don't really have any idea as to where we might go. He keeps mentioning a train, though.
Yeah, he wants to knock over a train. We know this much.
Should we be returning to Arthavis and perhaps dealing with some of the corruption we know lays so deep at the heart of that town?
In my heart of hearts, I would love to weed out some corruption in Arthavis.
Then we have to deal with the job we never finished too, right?
Yes.
Oh, that's another thread. You're right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in Arthavis that we have up in the air still. So
there's a job there that we didn't finish?
That's where Arizona
died. That one. The one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which you did receive a letter to come collect payment.
Right.
Yeah,
So
dealing with the succubus arc.
Mm-hmm. We can simply present ourselves to the person that gave us the job and see what comes of that, or follow up on some more underground threads that we might stumble upon.
Not really sure.
Nor am I. The person I am most concerned with in this case is Aranoa. You did die there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm pretty reluctant to go back, but it doesn't really feel like something we can avoid forever.
For what it's worth, it's a pretty big city, at least from your guys' perspective anyways. Like, there was whole districts, right?
Right.
No.
And I'm not entirely sure if being there will help us get it all closer to Silas, but that is the nearest train-like thing I can think of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is a city of Leeds at this point.
Feels like we're getting pulled there. Or led there.
By a certain purple-skinned individual.
Hopefully not railroaded. Although in some ways...
Railroad involved, but it ain't a railroad.
Right. No, we definitely have options to do other things. It's just we're most interested in the things going on there right now, I think.
It makes sense.
Yeah. All right. I think that is the plan once we have the cart back tomorrow morning.
I guess you're right. I'm taking this off what you've just said. That is another option. You could try and track down information on Silas if you wanted. That's something you could try and do too. I don't know.
I think that is part of the plan in Arthavis, right? With the train thing is trying to figure out.
I didn't mean his whereabouts. I meant actually him.
Oh, sure. Do some research.
That's what I took from something you just said. That's what I thought. But
indeed.
Maybe I was wrong, and so I'm sorry for throwing that wrench in your machine. I didn't mean that.
I will continue to function as normal.
Well, it sounds like you got things to muster as this work week begins to come to a close.
Mm-hmm.
And I suppose when we meet up next, which would hopefully be this weekend, I guess, right?
Ooh, I hope so. We didn't even talk about it this past weekend, did we? Did anybody even bring up meeting on Sunday?
At that point, I think it was just a foregone conclusion.
Yeah.
And things were much worse last weekend than they will be this weekend for sure. But
Good.
we'll see.
It'll be
We'll see what
our
happens.
last chance before I'll be gone for
That's true.
a week
We'll
and
be
That's
on
right.
some
Yeah.
change. So
for that.
Whew.
Exciting.
So we probably should just try
Yeah.
to satiate ourselves.
Definitely, I think.
Be it online, probably, but we'll see what my testing's like and what's going on with me by then. I'll have a better scope.
Cool. Yeah, sounds good. I think we're going to be in contact with each other over the next few days. We usually are. So,
Mhm.
cool. I'm into it.
Well, I'll do one of these.
Ooh. How the fuck do you actually end corruption in a city, though? What does that look like? Right, exactly.
How do you keep yourself from becoming the corruption?
Be careful, those who hunt monsters.
Who is John Galt?
Oh, I just realized that this is Yassine.
Who's Yasin?
Stream on this Discord.
Oh, yeah. That's.
I kept reading it as Yasmith
Oh.
Thedrum or something like that, and I'm like, huh?
Who is
that?
Yasmith Thadrum?
Yeah.
That's next book. Who is Yasmith Thadrum?